Cryptoverse DAO. It's good to see, everybody in here, right? Navid, Konishwo, Hayak, Dung James, Dharma, All Out Chapo. I want to welcome you guys to the stream. And if you're catching us on YouTube, I want to, stress the importance of, joining the Discord, getting the updates in real time, after the streams and everything. This is our hub, our community, and we'd love for you guys to join us here. So yeah, just drop a like on that stream and let's get into our technical analysis for today, right? So where we want to kind of pick up is where we left off yesterday, right? It's always good to see where we, what we thought yesterday and how the markets reacted today. So, starting this week, Bitcoin, new range, the new 20K peg, also holding up well, right? Is this ETH Bitcoin dump incoming? Still yet to see. Bitcoin has been, kind of leading the dump as well. So Bitcoin, the next day, up 20%. What goes up must come down. And, as we've seen recently, if we go to the charts now, we see, this rising wedge was our play from yesterday, right? Correct? We just see, the lows were getting higher. The highs were also getting higher, but also pinching in between the wedge. Once we get those three supports touches, it makes this a valid pattern or a strong pattern. Seeing this on, the 45 minute makes it a stronger structure. It's on the present on the hourly. Little tight on the 2 hour, but nonetheless, we see how it played out. Very much cleaner on the 45 minute, right? So some things that we have to pick up on this drop. Like, yes, we dropped all the way through the night around 2:00 a.m. My time, New York time, probably 8 o'clock in the morning for London. Nice uptrend. Now when this uptrend comes, we're still in our shorts. Well, my mentor is still in our short. What I did when we got down below this zone, testing this ascending triangle, just moved my stop loss right up to this zone, wicked out during the night. And when I woke up, God blessed my sight, and we were able to catch another short from this resistance area. Now, why is this resistance zone so important? Many things, but first let's go through the retracement, right? So off of the drop to the 2 a.m., we drop. We see that we get a retracement of, this impulse. So we retrace up to 0.50 level. And that's where we see, a nice little doji come in along with a strong bearish candle that engulfs, this candle, almost engulfed this one. But notice how, these candle lows still hasn't broken this low. Yes, we wick below, but there's still a support zone right here, right? So if we wanted to pinpoint it, you can see the zone being something like this, right? Wasn't able to get out of this zone for 2 dojis, and then we finally bust through. As well, let's just extend, this trend line. This was originally a symmetrical support. So if we bring this line back, right, we see that in this rising wedge, we weren't able to bust down through the symmetrical support. We held it and held the rising wedge for support. So many times we've tested this wedge, but on the third test of it is when, the support line breaks. And this is what happens a lot of times, right? A lot of times we won't break it on this first test, right? We come down, we test it again. We test this, green line again, 20K being, our psychological support and resistance, right back at our 20K region, right? Haven't been able to close below. And here we are again for our third test, maybe even with all these wicks, more than 3 tests really. But if we're going to like a higher time frame, we can see, maybe 2 tests that come in. So yeah, that's where we are right now. I'm still holding the short. Now, how did I know this zone was going to be so strong? We have the candles of symmetry. This is a new strategy or new tactic that I've been, developing. And it's just by, taking time with my charts and noticing things, right? So we have like almost 3 candles of symmetry right here, all equal. And then, these candles as well, these bigger volume candles just extended the range. So all I did was, it was like this originally, just dragged it across, seen the 15-minute bullish bearish divergence. Not really a divergence because, you know, this peak is higher than this peak. But let's see, maybe on a different time frame, maybe 30-minute. No divergence, but we see that the 60 RSI line was the one that, you know, not even a double top, nothing, just straight to the 60 and rejected. That's why, you know, the 60 RSI is, you know, one of my key points. And notice 60 RSI straight to the 40 RSI, bounced off the 40 RSI. Wow. I don't know how long they're gonna let this, you know, this strategy work, but we're gonna run it till the wheels fall off. That 40 RSI has been, you know, golden for us in bull markets. If we just want to take a quick look back over, you know, this bullish kind of period we've had, it's on the 30-minute. We see the 40 RSI hold here, nice big pump, holding a support. Next 40 RSI we come down to is here, holding above it. You can see here we finally broke up below the 40. We had, you know, some nice downside, a nice push back up, and now we're going right back to the 40 RSI. So now what we have to pick up on, this area is probably on a different time frame. Let's see the 5-minute. So look, this is also interesting to look at. You know, the 15 or the smaller time frames are going to show you more stuff on the RSI. So this is just, you know, something I was picking up on. 2 days ago, we had the same kind of structure. We came to the 40, held it, came below, battled back above. Look at when we get back above the 40, right? We get back above, slight dip. This is a slight dip right here to test this zone as a support. And then we're off to the races, right? Off to the races just from this 40 RSI hold. Let's measure the percentage on that move. About an 8% to the top gain. And then, you know, we pretty much nailed this bearish divergence as we see, you know, this double top come in, then we have one more top come in. This top can't beat these tops. This price action is lower than this one, so they're not equal. Divergence, we break the wedge. Candles of symmetry. So let's extend this support line again, because yeah, we see that, you know, this was a symmetrical triangle. Originally, if we broke down, you know, past this wedge, we would have had a nice drop here, but we didn't. We held the symmetrical as support. So now we could even, you know, extend this line to the right, right? So now that we see, look at how well this line is held up. Like even when we come down to the first TK test, nice bounce, nice reaction. Come down again, test the same trend line, bounce, reaction. Get below the trend line, get back above the trend line. Resistance, we just flipped it again. That's all lines are. They're support or resistance. Let's see. Let's make this a little cleaner for right now. Let's see what we see. This is 15, 5-minute, 30-minute. Let's go to 5-minute. Notice how we have, you know, the 5-minute bouncing off the 40 RSI again. We really don't want to see too much bullish pressure on this. We want the dump to continue. I may be even willing to move my stop loss, you know, up to the area. Let's just check Matic real quick. I did take a degen short on Matic. Just because, you know, Bitcoin hasn't really been pumping up that much. Matic has, you know, a crazy 15-minute run. Let's see how long this lasted. A crazy hourly run. Just taking a quick short from here, going across the pond, looking at where our last resistance levels were. Let's go into a higher time frame. This is alts. You know, they could do whatever the heck they want to do. Stop loss, like right here. You know, risking 0.72, 0.1%, or really, you know, upward of 5% gains, even from, you know, let's say here. Ooh, wow. Sorry. Even from here. Now it doesn't want to do it. Okay. No, even to this, last top, even this top is 2%. So, everything's just about risk to reward. I'm willing to risk this, only throw in 2 to 7% of my account, high leverage. It's worth a shot if, Bitcoin could continue this dump, in my opinion. So let's go to a clean chart. Let's have like a fresh markup. Is this one clean enough? Boom. This one's actually the cleanest chart. Cool. Nice wedge. Same one that was played. So you can see that, you don't need a lot of lines, but sometimes I like to see what makes the market tick. I like to see every move. I like to, really, really indulge in. And now, like, I don't need lines on the chart. I use them still, but, you can see these patterns, forming. So if we go and we're looking for some bullish side scenario, you could kind of see like we have this descending trend line, kind of steep. Bulls could break this, have a nice upside test, test these highs, test this high again, or really this high. You can see how when we came up here, we weren't able to break above this high. Excuse me, above this high. And yeah, that's pretty much what that was. If we're looking at the wedge, could probably draw something like this. Remember, we just need the 3 touches. We got 1 body, so 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5 touches on that line. So you can see how it is a pretty strong support. We did bounce off of it once, twice. Do we have this third test? Do we break the 40 RSI on the 45-minute? Over a mid time frame, it's almost hourly. This is kind of bigger time frame for me. So breaking below this 40 will be huge. But for right now, we have to monitor, is this price action close in 8 minutes going to close below this black candle, this sell candle, right? We have to see if it's going to break the lows. That's pretty much, simple stuff right there. Let's just go over a call I was pretty proud of this morning. So, right here. Entered a short on BTC. Literally just peeked at the chart, just woke up. KB, KB is a bigger margin trader than me and is my mentor. So the way he's able to hold trades, it works for him. For me, we got to be able to capture as much profits as we can. So we can, KB doesn't, he needs 25% to make, a year's salary for me. So it doesn't really matter. Salary for, a lot of people that work jobs 9 to 5. So, it really is not about it's not about your capital. It's all about your percentage. So get good at the skill, invest in yourself. And then when you're confident enough, put the capital in to make plays where you're your own boss, right? That's the goal of this game. And that's where we're headed to, especially in this bear market. We want to pretty much take all, milk the market as low as it could go just to buy again. And 4x, 5x our gains by just holding for a year. So that's why we trade. That's why we learned. That's why that's pretty much everything. Like there's a lot of YouTubers and people that are just like they're fearful. There's a lot of fearful money in the market, and this is what the crypto markets do. Like if we want to go back real quick, and we'll just go through some of let's go through some of the dips from all-time highs, right? So crypto index, sorry, BTC. All-time history of Bitcoin. Perfect. Oof, what a broadening channel right here. What a beautiful channel. Range. Flip the range. Come on now. That's too easy. Too easy, Bitcoin. But anyway, so let's go back to, some of our bear markets, right? So all-time high here. This is our last all-time high. You see how we're actually, let's go take a quick little look at it. You can see how, like, when we bounced above our all-time high, right? We hit 20K, cool. But this is our last all-time high. Once we, broke above it, we still haven't tested it yet. Bulls are, defending this line with a vengeance. And really, 20K is our first line that we got to get to. The psychological, just, mental support area for a lot of people. People like, whole numbers. That's why we never put our stop losses on whole numbers. That's why, that's just, it's psychological, it's a psychological number. So there's a lot more support and resistance, and it usually acts as, just that. When we're below it, when we crash below 20K, hard crash, came back up, retested the all-time high pretty much for about 9 hours, and then we broke through. Look how hard we broke through. Boom. Straight through, haven't come back yet. All-time high. Let's just write that on there. All right, now let's get to the last bear market, right? So the only way we could predict the market is to know what happened before in the market. So how's my time looking? We got about 4 minutes. Is there any questions or any coins? You guys could drop in the Discord, and I'll take a look at that.
Do you mind having a look at DOT?
DOT, for sure. So we can see that, this initial bear market started from 20K. Look where, we capitulated to. And then this was the floor. About a 69% drop, right? 69% drop until, this is what happens in a bear market. We could have, these rallies. We could drop 69% and rally 94%, right? We could drop another 40% from that top, and notice how the drop isn't as big because, the price is so much lower, but the pumps are fucking crazy because, it's almost double on the pumps. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you're in a bear market, the pumps give you so much more percentages. As well, the drops actually do come a little bit quicker, if you ask me. The drops come a little bit quicker, but the pumps, they're nothing to mess with. Like, so even in, 70% down market, we could V-shape recovery for 100% gain just to, double top distribution. This is, they make the higher high right here, tricking people, give you a little daily doji or pin, daily indecision candle. And then notice how, this high wasn't able to break above, this last high. And that's it. Distribution is still a lower high. It's that simple. So I don't know how to keep these here, but from that, drop, let's say we drop back down from, the 90% gain, dropped another 40%, right? So this is the typical bear market. It's not just straight down. What we've been going through has been straight down. It's looked like this so far. It's looked like this leg, but we still haven't, and this is where we are right now, where we're just consolidating right here, below this high. Are we gonna break up, or are we gonna take that next leg? So another 51% bounce from the bottom there. And then, this is where the lows start getting lower. I mean, even from here, but the bounces are nothing to dismiss. We still have to have our TA. And yeah, we catching a bull trend for 14 days in a bear market, or well, this is 71 days. Hold on, let me measure just the bull trend. So for 25 days in on a bear market, even though the first 14 were up, maybe a quick 2-3 down, and then a sweep to the upside. So definitely something to monitor. But that's not even the end of the bear market. The COVID low had came in, and massive fear globally, and halting of cruises, entertainment, everything. 84% down, and this is the king. This is Bitcoin. 84% down. So let's go back. What are we sitting at now? 74% down. Sheesh. And we could see, this is the same thing we were talking about. Let me take off that. This is the same kind of thing we're talking about. It's like, it looks similar, right? We haven't been able to clear this high. We did have a little pin bar doji right here that I didn't really see. New daily close, and then notice this doji right behind it. So we really could see, horizontal line here, horizontal line right, and we're just in a sideways range until we break one of these wicks of the dojis, right? That's all we're doing. We're just pinching sideways. We could maybe see like a little symmetrical triangle. But that's on the daily. Let's go down to the 4-hour. You see, this is like kind of like the same situation from the other thing where we broke, this high, but we still weren't able to break above these highs. And it does look very similar to prior history. Let's go back and look at it on 4-hour real quick before we wrap this up. But yeah, there's not really much to do right now. Sometimes it's better shorts. Check your prices, check to see what altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin and going on crazy runs, because if you remember on the total 3 market cap, how we looked at it yesterday, alts were above, this point on their market cap. They cleared this June 15 high. Bitcoin didn't even get, Bitcoin got maybe like to 50% of this, drop. Mitigated it, and now we're kind of coming back down. And that's why I'm still looking for Bitcoin to hold up better than some of these alts. Let's see the ETH to Bitcoin chart as we wrap it up. ETH to Bitcoin 2% down for today. And we also see here on the ETH to Bitcoin chart, notice how like ETH, even, the ETH to Bitcoin chart got above this June 15th high. But if we look at, the regular charts, didn't get above this June 15th high. Bitcoin didn't get above this June 15th high. Now we look at some of the shit coins, right? This is why they're pumping so hard. Let's see, GMT. Look at this June 15th high. Look at GMT. Coincidence? I think not. This is why I'm still, shorting altcoins. They do have, the pumps. Like what they're doing is, right, like this dump came so much harder than Bitcoin, more percentage down, pretty much, right? Bigger percentage down. So what it has to do is come back up to these support levels and get people out of their positions. They don't want somebody holding this to 40 cents, right? They don't want somebody holding this down here. They want to come back up, make sure we get all the liquidity, all the stop losses if you didn't take profit, and then we'll take it back down. So that's just, some of my thinking. Matic already well into profits. If you guys would have taken that on the stream. Stop loss on entry. Yeah. And that's it for today, guys. A nice little chilling stream, just not too much to really dive into on a shorter time frame. I'll keep it a little bit more simple. We have an ascending triangle here. If we slip this ascending triangle, we get to see, support test, new support test. Maybe here. Don't like that one too much. Let's do a higher time frame, get a stronger support line. So we did have a head and shoulders that I kind of had to play on. I was kind of looking for, but didn't quite pan out right. It kind of looked a little bit like this, right? But now I'm seeing a new one, so that's why I'm kind of bringing it up. It was right here, and I was expecting this to come down, kind of break down. Got a nice little upside test. Now I'm seeing a even bigger one. I don't really like head and shoulders. It's the only pattern I really don't like. But nonetheless, it's here for us to see. So 1 second.
I've never seen this one fail, man. So that's unfortunate. If you're shorting though, it's not bad. Isn't this pattern like in general, like when you look at like different patterns or whatever, isn't this like an 80% success rate if something's head and shoulders? Like that's really bad for in terms if you're bullish or no. That's bad to see.
Yeah, I want to see this break live on stream, but
what do you think? It's going to 19.4? Not right away, obviously.
Let's not right away. So yes,
yeah.
Bambino. I'd say 19.4. If we could slip even this, like this is the main one right here. This ascending support, because we flip that. This is how we would tell, right? Where you want to know where your levels are on your pullback, or where your levels are to take profit. Fib is your best friend. From the bottom of the pump to the top of the pump, this is a micro fib. You know we're bearish, but this is a bullish trend right here, right? So for us to break this bullish trend, candles would have to close below the 786 and then close below, these lows on the 8.0 levels, right? The 8.0 is probably right here. This is like a 0.90 retracement. But the key for, say again? But yeah, so the key, right? Right now we're retesting the 0.382 level. Staying below this level will give, the bulls a little bit more space or room where we could, test the 0.50 level. We see the wicks over here as support. We see these two body candles as support. So will this, high now act as a support? Or will we, we hit that 19.42 where we have that 618 retracement level? Yeah, let's just go straight down. Come on now. I feel like I'm back in the swing of things. We seen the drop live during the stream yesterday, and we're watching the ascending slip right now. Will this be a support or not? We can see, look at this, look at this. You see how this RSI point is right here? But look where the candle is, right? This black candle. But then we see, this candle come down here, right? This black big candle, this is the head. This is the head of the dump. Now the price action is below this candle, but the RSI still isn't below this head peak right here. So we need volume. New 45-minute candle that just opened up on the 30-minute candle. So this could be just a quick downside test to hold support with this wick for the 45-minute, or it could be a continuation, right? We have to look at when you see a new candle open, we always have to realize this could be just a downside test. On a 4-hour candle open, it's going to be a lot more decisive, right? Like, this is a new one. Let's see. We don't have any new hourly closes right now, but we will be getting a 4-hour close in 20 minutes. So seeing where this closes will be a very, very big key. Very big key. This wick is still from, this area. So we can see like the 4-hour candle can give us some information. Right now, look at Doji. But seeing where it actually closes is the big key. And that's where we'll leave it off on today, right on the ascending triangle support. If you want, more live updates, come check us in the Discord. We'll be covering this play. We'll be covering this play like it's nothing. This is what we do. This is what we do. We have, a bunch of educational resources, the crypto guide, the trading guide, and even solidity. So solidity, if you want to boost your game up, become a dev during this bear market and reap the rewards for our next bullish market. So I'd just like to say thank you to the Cryptoverse DAO, and thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Simon says.